Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Guide, Chapter 3, full 100% map walkthrough guide. What we're gonna cover is every single encounter, item, spot on a map, and all quests for the Chapter 3 in Rogue Trader. What I'll show you is the unfair route. What works on unfair will also work on all other difficulties as well. Chapter 3 is only in Commorragh, or better to say Commorragh. It's a very short chapter, but with a lot of things to do. Let's not waste time, and let's go.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.
Anyways, how does Chapter 3 start? When you get out and once you've spoken with Lord Xavier, the main Inquisitor, Yrliet will wait for you outside, and this is when Chapter 3 starts. So, all you need to do after Yrliet and her conversation is to exit the palace and exit Dargonus and go to Chronos Expanse. Get back to your void ship. Let's go. So, from Mundus Valancius, we're gonna port into Pellium Solitas, from Pellium Solitas to Litorbium Maledicta, and here would be Atlassian Reach, where Chapter 3 actually officially starts. What is a very important thing to say before going to Commorragh? You won't be able to switch companions. Those that you pick to enter Commorragh will be the ones that's gonna finish in Commorragh, okay? So, what is the best team composition because of the skill checks in Commorragh? Option number 1, you need to take Cassia. For the option number 2, you need to take Argenta. It's extremely important, especially for the main quest. Option number 3, you need to take Abelard with you for the skill checks. Option number 4, you need to take Yrliet with you. You have to take her with you because that's her personal quest in Commorragh about Eldari and Drukhari. And the know-it-all Pasqal to go with you as well, because he is the master of all skill checks. So what I advise is to leave Jaya Heydari, Heinrichs and Yrliet for some other run in Commorragh. These would be your team before you land in Atlassian Reach. Now let's check Atlassian Reach. So we're porting into Pellium Solitas. Then we're gonna port into Litorbium Maledicta. Then we're gonna reduce this to save. We're gonna port into Atlassian Reach. And this is where Chapter 3 officially starts. After all of these convoys, you're gonna land on a Chartist Vessel. Of course, you're gonna explore everything around. There are free XP for the ship, some materials and whatnot, something to loot, an event and so on. But Chartist Vessel is the one that you're gonna do last in the Atlassian Reach system. And the show starts once you land on a Chartist Vessel. Again, this is the team that you need for Commorragh. Let's go to Commorragh. Welcome to Chapter 3. This would be the entire Chapter 3. All maps in specific order that I'll explain in detail starting from now. Once we enter the ship, there was an ambush, you get betrayed, and you end up as a slave for Drukhari. You are stripped out of all of your items, and your companions are scattered throughout Commorragh, and you need to find them again and recover from insane injuries and traumas, as well as with some perma damage dealt to your main character. So there's a lot of mess to clean up once you start on Commorragh. Chasm is the very first map where you're gonna drop. They're gonna drop you from above, you're gonna land right on this spot over here. And down here, the very first thing that you need to do, it's a must. You need to speak with a beggar, and you need to kill the beggar to get some of your gear back. In other words, you're gonna get boots and some additional items as well. So your boots are on a beggar. Now, there's going to be huge amount of skill checks in the entire chasm. You don't care about it because you can't do a single skill check. You don't trigger a single skill check. You're just gonna go from the starting point after the beggar. You're gonna hug the left line. There's gonna be Eldari ambush here. You're gonna wait for a full minute. Once Eldaris go up, you're gonna sneak through and go straight to this door down here, and you're gonna enter the pit. This is the only correct way to do Commorragh. Once you enter the pit, you will encounter Malice. Make a deal with him and say how you wanna kill Commisar. End the conversation, get out of the pit on this door here. You're gonna get transferred again here. So from the pit to chasm, you're gonna hug all of this. You don't click on a single skill check. You go down and there are two doors. This door connects to this one, it's a portal, how you can traverse the map faster. You care about this door, or better to say about the elevator, that's gonna lead you to the Mangled sector, the next map. Once you click on an elevator, you're gonna end up on this map here. Your starting point is here where the door is. On this map, Abelard and Argenta are located, and you need to recover them back into your party. There's gonna be 1 million skill checks. You don't care about a single one. You're gonna go straight up here, and on this spot, you're gonna recruit Argenta back again. After you recruit Argenta, you're gonna speak with Commisar, and you're gonna tell him how Malice ordered you to kill him. He's gonna side with you against Malice. You're gonna accept, and now it's basically a double deal where you got to kill the Commisar, and then Commisar offered you to kill Malice together in the pit. You're gonna accept Commisar offer, you're gonna go back, you're gonna use athletic checks on this spot. You're gonna transfer here, there's gonna be Abelard waiting for you there, and you're gonna recruit Abelard. Once you have Argenta and Abelard, you're gonna go back through the door and back to the chasm. From the chasm, with Argenta and with Abelard, you don't click on a single skill check, you just go from here back, all the way back, up here on the door and to the pit. Once you enter the pit, you do not fight Malice immediately. You're gonna hug this side, you're gonna go through here, and there's gonna be a perception check with extremely good gear, especially the flamer for Argenta. Again, it's on this spot here. You trigger the awareness check, you're gonna loot the flamer, and you're gonna equip the flamer on Argenta. Then it's time to fight with Malice. You are extremely weak during this fight, and the only way to win this fight is to leave your main character and Argenta on this side of the map, and you go with Abelard to trigger the fight with Malice. That way, only Abelard will die, while Argenta and your character will remain alive. You need to remain alive for 2 rounds. They're gonna take 2 rounds to reach you on this spot from the middle, and at that time Commisar will enter and help you out to win the battle. It's still a very hard battle, but it's a proper tactic, it's very good, and it's doable. Even on unfair, there's gonna be a lot of problems, but it's doable. Once you deal with Malice, Commisar will open a portal right here on this spot that's gonna lead you to the arena. There are 3 arenas in the game. The first one will open right over here, where you need to win an arena fight, where again Commisar betrays you. And once you win arena fight, you exit through the door, and you're gonna end up here on this door in portal in the chasm. Once you end up on this door, you need to find Yrliet and Pasqal. You're gonna hug this line. Again, you don't press on skill checks. You're gonna hug this line all the way down, and this is where Yrliet is. Recruit Yrliet back. Once you do Yrliet, you're gonna go down over here, and this is where Pasqal is, on this spot over here. Now you recruit Pasqal. There is only Cassia left, but that comes later on. So now you've got a team of 5 right now, and you are starting to recover up in power. Once you recover Pasqal on this spot, you're gonna hug the line. No skill checks, you don't touch a thing, you enter this door, that's a portal that's gonna transfer you up through here. Okay, with that in mind, you're gonna enter this door over here, and you're gonna enter Anatomical Opera. And now the real Commorragh starts. Before you enter Anatomical Opera, you need to speak with Vrek. Speak with him, then kill him and loot him. You're gonna need what he drops. Once in Anatomical Opera, this would be the entry. You go straight up here, and this is where Tervantias awaits for you. Let's say the main doctor in the entire Commorragh, or better to say the main torturer. He will, after the conversation, he will give you all of your gear back, or you and your companions. The chest awaits you right over here on this spot. Re-equip all of your gear back, and now go back to Tervantias, speak with him again, offer him the item that Vrek dropped on the entrance, and ask him to heal you. Okay. He's gonna heal all of your traumas for the entire party. Then you're gonna speak with him again. He's gonna give you a quest to collect some body parts for him. You accept that one as well. If you have additional body part, and I guess you should have it from the arena, one more, you can also trade with Tervantias, make a trade, and buy all items that he offers. He sells some really good items. After you're done with Tervantias, on this spot over here on the map, you will be able to speak with Marazhai, the main villain, and your next new companion. Given an option to repent and to help you out during the next arena fight, he will decide what to do during the fight. Just mark that option in a conversation. You'll see it when it happens. This is the way to recruit Marazhai, a Drukhari assassin. After you've spoken to Marazhai and you exploited all conversations with Tervantias, healed up, got your gear back, geared up, and so on, here on this spot is where Ulfar is, the space wolf, the space marine. Speak with Ulfar and make him join your team. You won't be able to recruit him immediately, but he will reconsider later on, and he's gonna join as the last companion in this chapter, in chapter 3. Now, from Anatomical Opera, we get out on the door, and here is the exit, or better to say the entry. Now, when you're fully healed up with all of your gear back, you can do all the skill checks in the entire chasm. All of this, that, chests along the way everywhere. You wanna hug every corner now. Do all the skill checks. Then you wanna go to the Mangled sector. Do all skill checks in the map. There's demolition check, there's hidden items, there's hidden items over here, there is hidden items over here as well with demolition checks, awareness checks, perception checks, I don't know what else. There's a lot. Just hug the lines until you discover all and click on every skill check. And here, on this part, you will fight Tervantias machination called Chtonos. Kill Chtonos. It's a boss fight. I can easily say it's a boss fight. He's alone after all. Be careful, he can one-shot. Once you kill Chtonos, he's gonna leave some additional body parts for Tervantias. Once you kill Chtonos, Abelard will fully recover. He's gonna get his youth back, okay? Or better to say his oldness back. He's gonna be his own old self, okay? That's the quest with Chtonos. And now, once you looted the entire Mangled sector, and all skill checks in the chasm, you're gonna go back from Mangled sector, this door, you're gonna hug the line, there is a ballistic check here as well, you're gonna go through here, you're gonna enter the pit, and you're gonna arrest Commisar for betrayal. You can fight him or you can arrest him. Arrest him so you can put him in the arena along with Malice. It's very fun to do it like that because they both betrayed you, and you can put them in the arena. Once you arrest Commisar, this is going to become your main hub, and you can speak with all companions in detail if you are into the story stuff. Now, once you've spoken to everyone, you're gonna go through the door, back, all the way up here on the door, you enter Anatomical Opera, you speak with Ulfar, then you speak with Tervantias. Tervantias sets Ulfar free, he gives you the keys. With that, you're gonna recruit Ulfar. There is a chest close by his cage, loot the chest, equip Ulfar gear on a space wolf, and you finally have a full party. There's only Cassia missing, that's gonna come later on. And now, all of this is cleared. The only thing that's left is to enter the arena. Arena number 2, with 2 fights. This time, instead of 1 wave, now there's gonna be 2 waves. You enter arena on this door, through chasm, you fight in the arena, you win in the arena, Marazhai joins you, and now you got Marazhai as well for your companion. Now, what team you pick, those that are left, one is left in this case, they will wait you in the pit, or better to say in the main hub. Once you're done with the arena, again you exit on a portal and you end up here. Once they exit, some of your companions will be upset that you recruited Marazhai, cause they hate Drukharis. Makes sense, that's gonna be Argenta and Ulfar. And you're gonna need to backpedal down to the chasm, and over here on the door, enter the pit. Conversation will happen with all companions, there's gonna be chaos here, and with Marazhai, and you can finally add Marazhai to your team at that moment. In the meantime, before you traverse to speak with all companions, there's going to be an ambush, or better to say assassination event on you. It looks like a book. Okay, classic event. You need to win the event with skill checks and avoid death, because someone sent the assassin after you. This event is called The Prey. Read through it, it's very fun. Like a mini book. Once we recruited Marazhai, we exit on a door, we go through here, we go all the way up, and we enter, guess where? Anatomical Opera again. And this time, when you speak with Tervantias, he's gonna be upset, but because you did everything, and now you get all the gear out of him, you give him all the body parts and so on, this too will unlock, stairs will appear. On the left side is Cassia, your last companion that you can save with additional loot. On the right side is again additional loot. Once you get Cassia, once you finished all conversations with Tervantias, and once you fully healed up, do not forget to heal on Tervantias, your traumas. And once you looted all of this, here in the middle there's gonna be a puzzle, okay, with some switches. You click the switches, this door opens, you get here, you unlock all the chests, you loot everything there is. You go back, you click the other switch, the other one opens, you loot everything here, and now you are 100% done with Anatomical Opera. Once you're all done with Anatomical Opera, you exit, you reappear here, and bam, the ambush awaits with Drukharis. Once you kill all of those Drukharis, you go straight over here into the portal, and the final arena fight happens with 4 waves, 4, as well as the boss fight in the final wave. Very hard fights, all 4. So good luck with those fights. Once you win those fights, you have the exit here in the arena, which is gonna transport you right over here to the Outer Spire Halls, or better to say Outer Spire Halls inside part of the map of the Outer Spire Halls. In the Outer Spire Halls, you can loot everything here and everything here. Once you get close enough over here, another ambush will happen with Drukharis. Once you kill them all, loot them, get to the exit, you're gonna spawn through here. There is one demolition check down here. Trigger it, loot all items, get down, loot all items here. Kill the 2 idiots that are guarding the ship. Enter the ship, cause Yrliet can drive Drukhari ships. And you're gonna end up on this one, or better to say, you're gonna end up in a Reaving Tempest Spire outside part. And this is where Yrliet and Marazhai quests will trigger. They will want to speak with you. After you're done with conversation, you're gonna drop down, do the Marazhai quest in this part. It's a conversation only. Loot everything that you can around here, hug the walls, there are perception checks and so on, and enter the door. Now we are in Reaving Tempest Spire inside, and the biggest map in chapter 3. Now what can I say about Reaving Tempest Spire inside? This is the beginning. Everywhere are traps. You're gonna need Lord Xenos to disarm the traps, and luckily you have Marazhai and Yrliet to do so. So all of this is ready to loot and disarm. Hug every line, there's loot here, there's Marazhai's quest here, and additional loot, there's loot everywhere around here. This is the exit. You don't go to the exit, you will go to the right. This is where Yrliet's quest is, this is where Marazhai quest is. So Marazhai quest, Yrliet quest. Yrliet will find Farseers here, there's 3 of them, 2 are dead, they're gonna be dead, because they cannot hold on to Drukhari's tortures, and the one that's alive is right here in the middle. Once you win the fight, you can recruit him, and he can open a portal back, so you can get back to the Chtonos Expanse from Commorragh. So you need this one. If he dies in some other way, there is also a staff to loot that's able to open a portal later on. Anyways, how you see the map, this is how it should look like in the game for you as well. Hug all lines, there's a lot of perception check, there's a lot of loot on every single corner. Hug everything, click on every skill check, click on every loop. There's additional experience to take here as well after the fight, and to set this Farseer free. Here, there's a chessboard. If you collect the chessboard, you get additional XP from the Farseer. So this room is a chessboard. Once you're done with the Farseer, you backpedal, you go all the way up here, you go here, all the way up, and back to this exit, main exit, that's gonna lead you to the main hall of the Reaving Tempest Spire. This would be the main hall. Before you enter the main hall, there are stim packs that cure traumas that you can find only in chapter 3. You should have 6 or 7 of them by now. Heal traumas, cause one of the boss fights await you in the main hall. There is one ambush here. Once you clear the ambush, you want to go around and loot everything there is, disarm all traps. There's like 1000 traps in this area around here. Once you disarm all traps, there's also a lot of loot. And once you do everything around, then you're gonna go inside where the evil doctor Tervantias awaits. There are multiple ways to resolve this thing with Tervantias. The best way by far is to let Chaosian and fight Tervantias and kill Tervantias and have your revenge for the torture you went through during your time in Commorragh. Once you're done with Tervantias, there is an elevator here all the way up north. You enter the elevator and it takes you to the final part of the Spire, or better to say to this map, the final map. This is where you start. You're gonna go up, loot everything here. The final fight, the final boss that I don't want to spoil, appears over here, okay, in this area. Once you kill the final boss, a portal appears and you go back to Chtonos Expanse, or better to say, you're gonna get teleported back to the forests of Janus in a big portal. If you remember the big portal in the forest of Janus where Muaran was, that's where you're gonna end up, and that's when chapter 4 begins. So this is the end of chapter 3 and everything that you need to know about the chapter 3. What is important to say, Marazhai wants to kill the final boss with a last blow. So if you wanna get the quest right during this final phase of the fight, you will need to backpedal down. So once the fight starts, you don't go with everyone up here. You're gonna backpedal down the stairs and you're gonna take out enemies one by one until only boss is left. And you need to time your hits, to calculate HP, and to get Marazhai when the boss is on 100 HP or so Marazhai can kill the boss. Okay, if you wanna finish the quest with Marazhai, that is. That's everything I got for the chapter 3. You're gonna get this in a written form as well at the end of this video, and you're gonna get all the gear and the full items for the entire chapter 3, or better to say, now you can check out all gear from prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3 in a moment. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one in chapter 4. Thanks for watching.
Are you ready for Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader? As I am. The Emperor protects.